Many years later, the tribe gathered beneath a quiet grey sky. Chief Tacoma Greywind, warrior, leader, and keeper of ancient magic, had passed peacefully in his sleep, not in battle, not in pain, but after a long life spent protecting his people. His body was placed upon the ceremonial pyre, wrapped in the sacred cloth of the tribe. The wind carried prayers into the sky as flames slowly rose to carry the old chief's spirit home.
He always said this day would come. I just thought it would be further away.
He lived a long life. A good one.
Yeah. You remember the first day you got here?
I was terrified.
You barely said a word for 3 days.
Your father sat with me by the fire every night. Didn't ask questions, just sat there.
That was his way.
He saved me.
He raised you, just like he raised me.
They both look toward the funeral fire.
Everything I know, everything I am, it's because of him.
He believed in you more than anyone. He used to tell me, that boy carries a storm in his soul.
I hope I don't disappoint him.
You won't. We're close, Phoenix. Closer than we've ever been. We know how to stop Sonnet now.
The Book of Mach.
Yeah. If we can reach it before he does, we can finally end this.
My father died protecting that secret.
And mine spent his whole life preparing us for it.
It's just going to be harder now without him.
Yeah, it will be.
Tacoma places a hand on Phoenix's shoulder.
But we're not alone. We have each other, just like we always have.
Brothers.
Brothers.
They both look toward the burning pyre.
For him. And for everyone Sonnet has taken. We finish this.
Yeah, we will.
As Phoenix and Tacoma chat away about their father and remember him through fun and emotional stories, Phoenix begins to reminisce on his blood father, who he believed to die at the hands of Sonnet. But little did he know, Sonnet had different plans that morning. Far from the forests of the Greywind tribe, far from the cult gathering in the shadows, high above a ruined battlefield, long forgotten by time, two ancient beings stood over what remained of a fallen hero. Argyll of Drasil, once the strongest warrior of the realm, now lay broken among the ashes of war, his armor shattered, his body barely breathing. But death had not come for him. Not yet. Because Sonnet had other plans.
Remarkable. Even after everything, he still clings to life.
Sonnet floated above the unconscious warrior, his massive glowing eye studying him like a curious scholar examining a book.
Heroes are stubborn creatures.
The darkness beneath the ruined stones began to move, not like smoke, not like mist, like something alive. A long silhouette slowly rose from the ground, stretching upward until it formed the shape of a tall woman made entirely of living shadow. Two curved horn-like shapes rose from her head. Her lower body dissolved endlessly into drifting black mist. Where her eyes should have been, only faint glimmers of pale, violet light watched the world.
You called for me, Sonnet?
Of course I did.
It is a beautiful scent.
Her gaze slowly drifted downward, toward Argyle, and she froze.
Oh,
She slowly floated closer to the unconscious warrior, like a moth drawn to flame. Or perhaps something far darker.
this one. His mind is screaming.
Yes.
No. This is something deeper.
She slowly kneels beside Argyle's body, placing a shadowy hand over his chest. Her form flickers slightly, as if she is feeling the emotions inside him.
Loss, guilt, rage, regret. Oh, he is beautiful.
You always did have strange tastes.
You carry so much pain. How are you still breathing?
For a moment, the shadow entity simply stared at him, almost lovingly.
As entertaining as this is, I did not summon you to admire him.
You want something.
I want him alive, but not awake.
Ah,
His body will remain here, but his mind will remain trapped inside his own memories.
you want me to keep him dreaming?
Not dreaming, reliving, over and over and over.
Lilith tilts her head slowly, clearly intrigued.
His son burning in the house. The screams. The moment he failed them.
Exactly.
Forever?
Until I decide otherwise.
Lilith's shadow form begins swirling with excitement.
Oh, Sonnet, you bring me such wonderful gifts.
Consider it a mutually beneficial arrangement.
She leans closer to Argyle's ear, her whisper barely audible.
Do you know what the most delicious kind of pain is?
Her shadowy fingers gently trace the side of his face.
The kind that never heals.
Lucian? Lucian!
The flames rise higher. The roof splinters. Smoke chokes the air. A child's voice cries for help. But the man trying to teach him cannot move fast enough. Argyle of Drasil, the warrior who stood against armies, is powerless.
Lucian! Stay where you are! I'm coming!
But this was not the quiet cabin in the forest. Not the life Argyle tried to build with Althea and Phoenix. No. This nightmare was far older, far deeper. And until this moment, the world had never heard the truth. Long ago, before Sonnet returned, before Phoenix ran through the burning woods, before the peaceful cabin ever existed, there was a war. A war born from a rumor of power, a rumor of a book. Across the lands, whispers spread of an ancient artifact, a forbidden tome said to hold the magical knowledge of a lost native civilization. A book powerful enough to reshape the world. Its name, the Book of Mok. Most believed the stories were nothing more than myth, but there were those who believed with terrifying certainty. Fanatics, warriors, killers. They called themselves the Cult of Mok. And they would burn the world to find it. Village after village fell beneath their blades. Cities burned. Thousands died, all in pursuit of a book that might not even exist, until their campaign of terror finally reached a great city, Drasil. For one long, brutal month, Drasil stood against them, and among the defenders rose a warrior unlike any other, a man whose strength became legend, a soldier whose courage inspired an entire city to fight. His name was Argal. He fought like a storm unleashed upon the battlefield, and to the people of Drasil, he became a symbol of hope, a hero, a protector, a man who seemed unstoppable. But even heroes cannot be everywhere at once. One night during the war, Argal finally left the battlefield. Just for a few hours. His wife had begged him to rest, to come home, to remember he was still a father, still a husband. And so, for the first time in weeks, Argal laid down his sword. He went to a tavern to drink, to breathe, to forget the war, if only for a moment. But while the hero rested, the enemy was already moving. Cult soldiers slipped through the city streets like wolves in the night. They were not searching for Argal. They were searching for fear, and they found it in his home. By the time the news reached the tavern, it was already too late. A witness burst through the door, breathless, terrified, and spoke the words that shattered the hero forever. Argal, your house, the cult, they burned it. Your boy. Argal ran through streets filled with smoke, through crowds screaming in panic, through a city he had sworn to protect, until he reached the ruins of his own home, and inside, his son was still trapped. The fire was too strong, the heat unbearable, the walls collapsing around them, and no matter how strong the hero of Drasil was, he could not reach his son in time. Lucien, Argal's firstborn son, gone. Not on a battlefield, not in some heroic sacrifice, but burned alive, while his father was drinking in a tavern. In that moment, the hero of Drasil died, and something far darker took his place. From that night forward, Argal showed no mercy. Every captured cult soldier was executed. No prisoners, no forgiveness, only rage, only vengeance. And eventually, the cult of Mok retreated. The war ended. Drasil survived, but Argal was already broken beyond repair. Haunted by the death of his son, Argal abandoned the city. He left behind the battlefield, the glory, the title of hero, and fled with the only family he had left, his wife Althea, and his remaining son, Phoenix, hoping somewhere far away they might finally find peace. But grief never truly sleeps, and now, trapped within the prison of his own mind, Argal is forced to relive that night, again and again and again. Back in the real world, Argal's body now floats slightly above the ruined ground, held in place by thick ribbons of dark magic, his breathing slow, his eyes empty, alive, but gone.
Perfect.
And with that single word, the fallen hero was sealed within a prison far crueler than death. Argyll of Drasil, once the greatest warrior the realm had ever known, was now nothing more than a puppet, suspended between life and nightmare. His body remained in the ruined battlefield, but his mind would burn forever in the memory of the night he lost his son. And while darkness tightened its grip on the broken warrior, far away from the forgotten battlefield, another storm was already gathering. Deep past the enchanted forest lies a dangerous city. A city once used to distribute iron, a place where hard workers once roamed. That city today is now known as Iron Haven, taken over by the cult and guarded by swarms of dangerous skeleton-like demons called the Moravok. Monsters that have wings that spread far yet. They are silent. The only time you hear a Moravok is when they let out that soul-piercing screech. The followers of the dangerous belief gathered here once more. Warriors, fanatics, survivors of a war that had nearly destroyed them. They called themselves the Cult of Mok. Once thousands strong, their armies had ravaged city after city in their search for the legendary Book of Mok. But the War of Drasil had changed everything. Their forces had suffered devastating losses. Entire battalions wiped out, commanders slain, and their greatest obstacle, a single man, Argyll, the hero who would turn their invasion into a month-long slaughter. But now, that hero was gone, and the cult had come to celebrate. Standing above the gathering crowd was the man who had started it all, the founder of the cult, a preacher of power and destruction, Alaric Valen. His black and crimson cloak hung heavily from his shoulders as he looked down upon the sea of followers before him.
Brothers, sisters, tonight we stand victorious. For years the kingdoms mocked us. They called us fools, madmen chasing stories told by frightened villagers.
He raises his hand. The cheering slowly dies down.
But those same kingdoms trembled when we marched on Drasil. They trembled when our armies burned their cities. And they trembled when they heard the name of the man who nearly stopped us. Argyll of Drasil, the hero who butchered our warriors, the butcher who slaughtered our prisoners like animals, the man who turned the tide of the war, is gone.
Standing beside Alaric was a towering figure that dwarfed the other warriors. 7 feet tall, massive horns rising from his skull, 2 enormous axes resting at his side. The cult's most feared commander, Worthram.
Celebration is premature.
His words cut through the cheering like a blade. The crowd quiets slightly.
Argyll may be gone, but the book remains hidden.
Always the optimist, Worthram.
I am a realist.
The Minotaur looks over the crowd with cold calculation.
We lost thousands at Drasil. Entire warbands trust beneath that man's blade. And after all that blood, we still do not have the Book of Mok.
But we have something far more valuable.
And what is that?
Time.
Alaric slowly steps forward, his voice lowering.
Ardo was the only man in the world capable of standing against us. Without him, the kingdoms are weak, divided, afraid.
Afraid of us.
Afraid of everything.
Alaric leans closer to the massive warrior.
But there is another reason we must move quickly.
Sonnet.
The name sends a ripple of unease through the room.
If the demon is truly loose again, then we are not the hunters anymore.
Exactly.
Alaric turns back to the crowd.
Listen carefully. The Book of Mach is out there, hidden somewhere by the cowardly guardians who feared its power. And if we do not claim it soon, Sonnet will destroy us all before we ever touch it.
The great hall of Ironhaven fell into uneasy silence. The name of Sonnet hung in the air like a shadow over every warrior present. Even the most devoted followers of the cult understood one thing. If the demon truly walked the world again, their war for the Book of Mach had just become a race for survival.
Then we stop chasing rumors.
Meaning?
Meaning the book is not hidden in some forgotten mountain, or burned beneath the ruins of some dead kingdom.
The towering Minotaur slowly stepped forward, the heavy iron rings of his armor clinking with each movement.
It is with the people who have guarded it for generations. The Greywind tribe.
The Guardians.
They have protected the secret of the cave since the beginning. If anyone knows where that book is hidden, it is them.
Alaric studies the map for a moment before speaking.
Then we march on their forests.
No. The Greywind forests are ancient, full of traps, magic, spirits that do not welcome outsiders.
He looks around the hall.
If we send an army, we will lose thousands more.
Then what do you suggest?
A slow grin spreads across the Minotaur's face.
We send a hunter.
What kind of hunter?
The kind that does not fear forests, spirits, or magic.
The room grows quiet again.
You have someone in mind.
Yes.
The massive warrior leans his axe against the stone floor.
Gorvag.
Worthram folds his arms.
Gorvag does not care about gods. He does not care about magic. He does not care about the Book of Mach.
What does he care about?
Hunting.
The Minotaur taps the map again.
Our scouts have reported 2 warriors leaving the Greywind Forest recently.
Who?
Phoenix. Ardo's surviving son. And beside him, Tacoma Greywind.
The chief's heir.
2 warriors raised by the very guardians who hid the book.
He lifts one of his axes, slowly.
If anyone in this world knows where the Book of Mach is hidden, it is those 2.
And you believe Gorvag can find them?
Gorvag can find anyone.
A cruel smile spreads across Alaric's face. He turns to the gathered cultists.
Send word to the missionary camps. Tell the Bonebreaker the cult of Mach offers him gold, blood, and the greatest hunt of his life.
Somewhere beyond the mountains, an ogre mercenary would soon receive a message.